Hey guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we have the monster Croccaneer, which is the newest Team Race Marathon monster. Today we're going to do a full review from level 1 to 150 rank 5. You guys will see this monster has max potential, and we're going to go ahead and do just like a full review, showing you guys the best skills, best rune setup, and everything you need to know about the monster. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyway, let's go and get started. Alrighty guys, so we have 9,000 cells. Let's go ahead and get into crafting straight away. We have 9,000 cells, which is awesome. Come on, that's crazy. We have so many gems. Oh my gosh, they added even more gems. Huge thanks to Social Point for sponsoring this video, by the way, guys. They provided everything that you'll be seeing in today's video. We get 3 rune slots open. It's part of the Dragon's Book, Sea Book, and those are the elements. So let's go ahead and just place it right on there and wait for the monster to hatch up. So is he supposed to be he's a crocodile, right? Yeah, I mean, Croccaneer. You get it? Croccaneer, so it's supposed to be crocodile. So yeah, that's going to be $13.95. Soon I'll be doing a review on Lord, which is going to be the Tails monster, if I'm not mistaken, looking at the Coliseum champion there. And then we also have Fishigami and Rokusho, which I'll do a review on soon as well. But before we start feeding this bad boy up, what I actually do want to do is go over here and go into the rank up and get this monster ranked up. So there will be also a barcode on the screen, guys. You guys can go ahead and either scan that. Well, there's only one way to do it. Just scan it. Yeah. You can either scan the barcode or hit the link down below the top link. Go into the game and get yourself this monster to the team race. This monster gets an incubation at rank 0, so you don't even have to rank it up. Gravedigger at rank 1, so that gives you immunity to possession, corruption, and nightmares, and ancestral area days to everybody. Unless there's a megaton in the enemy team, then in that case, it's just going to go towards the megatons. If that megaton is a trait, you know what I mean? But anyways, rank 5, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and start feeding this monster up. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying, like, the monster has, you know, good traits, but how are the skills, right? You're probably wondering. Well, we are about to find that out right now, right? But Anticipation is a really good trait to have, especially for the books that he's in for Team Wars. So he could be, there's a chance he could be a key monster, but we'll see. But here we go, guys, level 140 and then finally 150. Let's take a look at the stats. Almost 60k, that's crazy. So 59,776 power, 1.763 million life. Man, recently so many monsters have been having like the same amount of life, and 30,256 speed. Take a look at the skills. Deals low nature damage to when an enemy applies toxins and poison. Ooh, 2 tortures, I'll take that. Low nature damage to all enemies applies bleed and poison. Okay, and then very low dark damage to when an enemy applies stamina leak to everybody and gains 1 extra turn. There's a 3 turn cooldown, so you can't really spam that. You have to wait another 2 turns or so for it to be off cooldown for you to use it again. Subsonic Snip is a moderate dark damage when an enemy applies daze and stamina leak. I'm not really a huge fan of daze and stamina leak, to be honest. But I do want to keep this extra turn skill here. And this one, we have a toxins here. I'd probably go with the toxins, to be honest. He does have 2 extra turn skills, but it is not going to make him an extra turner. Like he's an extra turner, but he's just not going to be infinite extra turner, is what I'm trying to say. Stamina costs are insanely high on this monster, especially for these 3 or these 2. Cooldown wise, it is high, I would say, as well. Taking a look at the ultimate, gains pierce, removes positive success from everybody, applies or deals moderate nature damage. I can't even read. Loses pierce. Okay, so taking a look at the relics, you have double sword. What I recommend for the double sword, guys, is you can do a Star Sealer sword, which I highly recommend because the monster will need some stamina. Taking a look at obviously the stamina, judging based off that, he will be needing it. And then for the second one, you can't really go wrong with what you give. You could do like an Obscura sword if you're gonna run Everest on your team, or you could do like a Supreme sword, whatever the case may be. I'll probably do Electric Patrol just for the extra days. But he already gets days, so he doesn't really need it. I'm just gonna use it just for the damage, to be honest. So the water damage comes from Star Sailors, and then this one with the light, so not bad. But we got everything covered. Let's go ahead and basically give it runes. So here's what I recommend for the runes. I would recommend be given in 1 strength rune, and then for the other 2, I'd probably just do speed rune, full speed. So something like this would work. So you can do 2 speed and 1 strength, or you could do 2 strength and 1 speed, or you can even do like maybe like a triple speed if anything. But then, you know what I mean, you still want this monster to deal some damage. The only thing is he's a little weird. Like I don't even know what he's supposed to be. Is he supposed to be an attacker or like a torturer? Because he does have a lot of tortures, but he also, you know what I mean, those damages and stuff like that. And there's like negative status effects as well that comes with it, like stamina leak. And I think he already had like a daze and stamina leak and other skills. But we'll just basically say he's an attacker. You know what I mean? Attacker. I would say the life does need some work, but other than that, the other stats are actually too bad. Now, in terms of who to pair this monster up with, I'd probably do like a Stina or like Kato, or you know, almost really anybody, except I don't know how damage boosters will work for this one. Actually, maybe damage boosters would be good because he does need a lot of damage boost, because look at that damage output. That's just awful. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. But you do need to trade disable, I feel like, you know, like anybody with like that's standing in his way, or like immune to torture traits and stuff like that, you want that to be gone, because Croccaneer, when he gets a turn, he wants to apply all those tortures, so that will help him out. Okay guys, so take a look at this. We are currently up against this setup. Now I know what I told you guys about Megaton, right? Remember what I told you guys earlier. Now he hasn't gotten a turn yet, so what's good is that when this monster gets a turn here, if you're going to pair it up with Stina, she can actually trade disable, open up the path for you, so that when he gets a turn, that daze applies to everybody. It's not going to go towards the Megatons. Now here, when we get the turn, we could do a full stamina drain, or we could just hit him with CDA. CDA would probably be nice, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit him with that, and then he gets a turn right after. So what you want to do is you want to actually kind of cycle those extra turns. So I'm going to do toxins on this monster because I know he's going to hate it. And then I'm going to do a stamina leak right up after it. So there it is. Star Sailor Sword kicks in. Electric Patrol with more days, if, you know, in case that your status caster, or maybe this monster's not ranked up or whatever. We apply some bleeding and poison, which is even more tortures. Electric Patrol sword kicking in again. Now that should be a lot of tortures, but we're gonna add in a lot more later on. Now he got the turn, but he doesn't have any stamina to use any of his skills, so I'm just gonna go ahead and charge up. And then this monster, look at that, he barely survived. Now he is hit with bleeding, but he's also hit with CDA. Don't forget about that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just charge up. We don't have to really do much with that monster. We can do more stamina, you know, stamina removal, stamina leak, whatever you want to call it. Get rid of it. And then that one, he's just suffering from bleeding. That's why he didn't take too much damage, but he does have to charge up because he was hit with CDA. And it looks like we just got damage boost, which is actually kind of nice. If you're going to run that skill, you can then use this skill if you want, or we could do toxins to the other monster. Unfortunately, it missed. I'm just going to go ahead and deal some more damage. There it is. The second time it did land. So in case if the first one won't land, the second time most likely it will land, which is nice. And then she gets a turn again. We can do... I'm trying to see if, no, there's no really, yeah, we don't have to. And they're hit with full stamina drain, so they can't really do anything anyways. Looks like I can use this skill. I thought I was going to actually have to charge up, but no, we can actually do this. So there it is, the stamina kick in, and then we could do toxins again, but this time I want to use it to Megaton, but unfortunately it missed because of the tough trade. So you got to be careful of those trades. I would say Enkidu is probably going to be the best bud for this monster. I don't have Enkidu ranked up high enough to actually use it. That's why I wanted to use a alternative monster, which is Stina there. But we're going to go ahead and charge up. Stina gets a turn. Probably going to suffer from some burning, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and charge up. And then that one should die to tortures. You guys saw how much damage that was, right? So pretty nuts. But here I'm just gonna go ahead and just attack a little bit because he has a turn, might as well. But I'm pretty sure that actually kills him. Yeah, that should actually kill him there. Oh no, he survived. Okay, looks like he still has his Megaton, by the way, which doesn't really matter at this point because all the other monsters are dead. So when it comes down to something like this, you can just go ahead and just attack normally. So as you guys can see, he's not dealing too much damage, which is something I don't like about this monster. His damage output is pretty awful, but those tortures can be pretty nasty. Plus with the end patient there, if they end up using extra turns and stuff like that, he will trigger that trait. That trait will basically help him trigger that and get another turn, and he can basically apply toxins, which can throw off the enemy, or possibly stamina leak or other tortures as well. So anyways guys, he's an interesting monster though for sure. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below now that you saw the review. But that's gonna be pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Next one, peace out.
Follow me anywhere.